before the influencers come out and tell you it's evil, evil, after that Fox News hit, for us to say, actually, I still have questions. They do. The top comment from yesterday is they want us to believe that Charlie's neck was made of steel and the Twin Towers were made of neck bones. Got it. Yeah, we're at that stage of a psychological operation. That's it. None of it's making sense. That is so well put. It is upside down land.
A powerful moment from Erika Kirk. There's been a lot of nonsense online, conspiracy theories, and I think she has had it. And she finally
she's done. She's
let the country know what's on her mind. Here she is.
I do not have time to address the noise. My silence does not mean that I am complacent. My silence does not mean that somehow Turning Point USA and all of the handpicked staff that loved my husband and my husband loved them is somehow in on it.
A couple of things. I mean, she's referring to certain podcasters, and one of which was very tight with Charlie Kirk for a couple of years, worked with the organization.
So much of this is spiritual. So much of this is, I think, God and where I was in my life and the relationship that I had with Charlie. And me being one of the people that helped to build Turning Point. I mean, the Kanye thing happened when me and Charlie were building Turning Point. It was a tiny little organization that people didn't know much about.
You were integrally involved in the formation of
what Candace is saying is clearly causing a lot of turmoil. Is it true or not? I can't assess it. I'm not the FBI. I'm a freaking podcaster, but I do know how the system works, and it's really simple. The FBI has this case, and of course the state of Utah. It's their job to not only find out what happened, but present it to the public in a way that restores some confidence that you can have justice in this country, that we have functioning law enforcement. I don't have confidence in that because there's a lot of evidence that we don't have that. So restore confidence by being honest and telling a story that makes sense. So why, and if they don't do that, and they haven't done that, they have not done that, how can you be mad at Candace Owens or anyone else for filling a vacuum that they left?
Yeah.
Well, Candace is bad.
They came out with a different theory every day, one of which is there were people at Turning Point that wanted to see him killed. Think about that. I mean, it's absolutely asinine, but a bunch of people click on it, you go to watch it, and she gets a lot of money.
Right. If I was within Hollywood and I had an agent and I had a manager and I had people who were sort of able to control me, I would be on the cover of every magazine. I'd probably be a billionaire. I probably would be Oprah. Right. I would have a daytime talk show, whatever medium that would be today. And I would have sponsorships and I would be maybe doing Pepsi commercials at the Super Bowl. That's what I could have that. That would be an option if I would stay in line and have Talking Point handed to me. I think that's a reality.
I get what you're saying.
And then you have other people who say the Israelis were concerned that Charlie Kirk was no longer going to support him, so they killed him. I mean, think about that.
And it's always that. It's always like, you say, well, I don't know why Israel's committing genocide. And God's like, shut up, Theo Von. It's like, shouldn't you be mad at Israel for committing the genocide? No. Be like, oh, it's Netanyahu or Smotrich or whatever. Mark Levin, you're evil. You're a fascist, anti-Semite, Nazi, Islamist, whatever. Its mirror image is what you just showed, which is, we're all kind of screwed up, but we're trying to get to the truth. Like that's the approach. That's the posture. That's the way to tell the truth.
I think it's absolutely disgusting to call yourself a friend of Charlie for all these years and allow his wife to just be pummeled with these conspiracies. Don't call yourself a friend. If I'm dying, I expect my friends to defend my widow and my children. So to see people either silent about it or exactly, or piling on with the main corporate of this, I think is pretty disgusting.
Now all of a sudden 9/11 is an inside job and we never landed on the moon. I mean, this is where you go with people now when you talk to them.
Conspiracy theories.
You don't know where people are going or where they get this stuff from, but we know where this came from.
100%.
So you're in a truly unprecedented area right now. Now, I first noticed it with Alex Jones, like that Alex Jones. I thought people don't understand what he is. And he said crazy things, but let's face it, he said things like, anyone that says 9/11 before 9/11, you've got to take that guy seriously. Sandy Hook and all of that aside. So you now, and also, by the way, you're a young, beautiful, Black American woman. And I think we're in such an extraordinary moment. It's like you've become a controversy generator. I know that you're being authentic. I know that you're telling the truth. Okay.
Anything that exists outside of the system is deemed controversial. So what you're getting at is you're in the middle of fame and controversy. Well, the problem is that people are listening to me and I don't belong to the traditional satellite.
I get what you're saying, but from the very beginning, you were for as long as I've tracked your career, you were at the beginning Black conservative woman.
Right. So it's not, so I was always existing, and that's why I'm not a billionaire. That's why I'm not exactly. The point is, if I had gone through the mainstream, if you will, I would be much more successful today.
I hear
what
you.
is controversial is thinking outside of it, being independent, and saying something is wrong with the mainstream. So that's where I am. And so I think I'm a bit of an old soul, I think, is what my problem is today. I don't fit in with this sort of new age propaganda, tell somebody something to make them feel good. I just would rather say the truth, and that's it.
What difference at this point does it make?
Join the movement. Feel the vibe. TrumpRap.com, where truth and rhythm collide.